Good afternoon. Stan Morey, Judges and Stewards Commissioner. The second day of our seminar highlights. As I said yesterday, discussion topics today were speed, pushing horses out towards the rails, solutions to find that. One of the things that came out of this today was the announcement by judges that excessive speed will be penalized. That's not anything new. It's a rule, but they're going to start to enforce that rule. Reward horses that stay in frame. In other words, when a horse goes into too much speed, most of the time he loses frame. We're still rewarding horses some of those times that the horse loses his frame because of speed. Penalize horses again for extreme speed. I think that's one of the things that most irritates judges is they were trying to find ways to slow this down. Again, we can start announcing before each class that extreme speed will be penalized. But it's up to the judges, and they all agree. They'll have to take control of that. Pushing horses to the rail. This has become, I don't want to say it's an embarrassment, but we don't look very good as far as other breed disciplines are concerned. I get it constantly if I invite somebody to come watch our horse shows, why are we riding in the middle stand? Why does that happen? And it doesn't usually happen at the smaller shows, but at some regionals, at Class Scottsdale, obviously the national shows, we all tend to want to ride towards the middle. So the judges recognize that. They're going to try to, one way to stop that, and we came up with this here, is to transition down to a walk. Walk them to the rail, pick up your gait, or start the class again. That's not stop and walk. That's not, but it is to transition towards the rail. That doesn't mean you have to be totally on the rail. I want everybody to understand that. Okay, but you need to use the whole ring, not just right around the center. It's dangerous for other judges when you get in a 3-judge system, or you're in an English class or a big hunter class or a hand gallop in a Western class. It's dangerous for judges. So I'm asking them, and they are going to do that, continually instruct riders to position themselves around the entire ring and away from the center line. Ranch riding. Very well presented today by Michael Damianos. I want you to watch for his parts of his podcast or his presentation will be on my website. Also, ranch riding information will be there that Cindy Reed helped us do that's already on my web page. That's good for stewards, judges, exhibitors alike. It has a lot of information on there, and I want to publicly thank Cindy for doing that. There was a lot of work involved there. Guys, this class is going to grow like leaps and bounds. I think a lot of people want to do it. It is incumbent upon judges to understand the penalty phases, the point phases, and the patterns, how they go about that. Mike did a great job today of explaining that and breaking that down. Performance halter. The most important thing that came out of this presentation was the proper use of the scorecard and the strict enforcement towards the presentation and following the rules for the performance halter horse. It is incumbent upon us to do this. I think this class has so much to offer for all of our exhibitors, including trainers, including where we want to go back and show our horses, but in a less stressful manner. And so it is incumbent that that presentation stay that way. I mean, the horses can look through we want them using their ears, we want them looking at their handlers, all of those kind of things. We want them trotting off, but it is by the rules, the horse is supposed to be in a relaxed position, okay? So that's what we want to try to do. One of the things that came up is the AHA one-day shows and Arabian value shows. The EC, along with the Competition Advisory Committee, is developing a set of guidelines for judges when officiating ODS and ABS shows. We're also exploring options, and I've looked, Mr. Petty and I, Nancy, all of us are looking at ways concerning professional liability insurance for judges. I think that the more that this class and these shows become as popular as they have, AHA has got to take control of some of the things that go on with those horse shows, a way to, as far as enforcement of rules. So the judge is a central figure here, and the judge needs to understand his responsibilities more so. So we are going to, the EEC and again the Competition Advisory will be developing something towards that. I hope that I'm looking at right now as a way to try to get some insurance for the liability insurance for this. Years of service PINs, starting at 5 years and for every 5-year period up to the highest so far 45 years, we give a PIN out at the seminar. There were a lot of people there this year. I think we had almost 80 people at the seminar this year. But I want to give a special tribute out to Jan Decker for 45 years of service as an AHA judge. Not only has Jan been exemplary as a judge, but she has worked as a secretary for the board of directors. She's been a regional director. She's put on the regional shows. She's judged nationals many, many times, and she has been nothing but a perfect example of what a judge should be. Those are for 45 years. So a special shout out to her. I can't say enough about what Jan Decker has meant to this association, to this breed, to this horse, for all of us. And I want to commend her highly. And I think all of us feel the same way. She is an extremely special lady to our association and to all of us. So kudos to you, Jan, for 45 years. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody for listening to this podcast. If we can help you out, I hope it helps some of you out in listening to it. It's something new for me. I'm trying it a little bit different. I know I made mistakes here and there, but we'll keep pushing it forward and get better as we go. So thank you again. See you down the road. Exhibitor School and Evaluation. Our exhibitor school competed their second day of classrooms. We'll spend tomorrow experiencing live judging at a show being held at Westworld. We had 41 attendees from across the country. That was a rather large class. This is a highly intense class that a lot of information is thrown at these people, and it really shows a lot of responsibility for these people to take that, to try to go through this process. I've said it before, out of the 41 in this class, and I think I went through this with 55 in it, there were 5 or 6 of us that finally made that through. It's not an easy thing, and for them to take on that just to be either better exhibitors or to try to be in the judging process, I commend them for that.